All right, here we go, guys. The Dallas North Tollway video is finally happening. I'm entering over in the most north side of it, up by Prosper. They are building it out now, finally past 380. And so I'm gonna enter onto here and just take you guys kind of city by city, show you guys what 2:30 on a Wednesday afternoon looks like on the tollway. Now, this will be like a 30-minute video. And I tried to make this video a couple of days ago, but I literally almost got down to Dallas and then it just started pouring down rain on me all of a sudden and then stopped. So like a part of the video, the GoPro got messed up because it was like outside and got wet, but whatever. So we're on the outside of basically on the border of Prosper. We're gonna be entering into Frisco. Once we get to El Dorado Parkway, which is just right up here. But like I said, this is gonna be about a 30-minute video. Typically, like on a traffic day, like let's say you're traveling down there, it'll be like maybe close to like 45 minutes, almost to an hour. So if you're living in some of those neighborhoods that are those master plan communities along 380, it's gonna take you a little bit more time because 380 itself has a ton of traffic when it starts getting 4 p.m., especially when the school starts coming back with all the kids and everything. It's a lot more busy. So yeah, let me just take you on a little drive around here, and then I will show you and kind of talk about the tolls. So with this one, it is a toll, so you get credited on the 35 and 75. Those don't have tolls, but they have HOVs that you can pay for to kind of go down faster. But this tollway has about every, 3 miles to a mile. Some of them are closer than others. Some of them aren't. They're kind of like checkpoints. But basically, you get charged like anywhere from like $1.90 to like $2.64, and it's only been going up. So, if you're thinking about moving out here next year, it'll probably be up 30 cents from what the price is. Because I remember, when this first, I've been here forever. So when this first got built, it was like 30, 40 cents for like 4 axles because they do it by axles. But like this exit right here to the right would cost me like 70 cents to get off on it right now. So. The exit itself will cost you money, and then the checkpoint up here will cost you some money. There isn't any like type of thing where there's like a person at a booth and you like pay like something like that where you got to go over a bridge. But it kind of just hits you with your toll tag, and I'll link it's the NTTA. They're the ones that deal with the toll tag. That's kind of what you'll be charged of. If you don't have that, they'll still rip your license plate and send you a bill. And it'll be like 30 cents more than what it would be if you would have had a card on. So now we're entering into Frisco. We just crossed over El Dorado. There's a Costco on this side. That's like the main Costco. There's my high school that I used to attend, Wakeland High School. A lot of people like that area around those neighborhoods for the Frisco area. But here is our first checkpoint coming up on Main Street as we enter into Frisco. It's going to cost us $1.96. $2.90, almost $3. Okay, we've almost spent $3 right now, and we're 4 minutes into the video driving on this. So think about that. If you're having to sit in traffic and then have to pay like $3 or something like that, that's if you don't have the toll tag. That's if you're just going through with your license plate. So this is Main Street. This is where like one of the hospital is. This is the Toyota Stadium. So if you have a kid that's like wanting to play soccer, FC Dallas Youth Soccer is out of there. That's a big program. Medical City's up here. They got a main event on the right side, but this is like mainly some of the stuff in here for like the downtown Frisco area that people like to come around to. People don't really walk around it. People just kind of go to a restaurant and then they're kind of out. I would say like Legacy West is more of like a walk around and kind of stay and figure out something to do for 3 hours. On this right side, it's kind of like the huge piece that hasn't been developed yet. They're finally putting in like a little park, but there's like a good chunk of here right along the tollway that hasn't been developed for Frisco. So they have different proposed zoning, so we'll see what they build later on in the future. But I remember when all of this around here was just corn, and the road that I'm on right now was just a little two-way, or not two-way, but like a one-way with 2 lanes. So, and now they're building it out past 380, and I just think that's crazy out towards Prosper because they have those developments like Star Trail way out there now with a ton of homes. So So then Frisco High School, like the Frisco High School, the OG, the one from like the 70s, way back in the day. I think it might have been built earlier than that. I can't remember, but that's up on this left side. And those were our like main rivals when it came to like soccer and stuff and football. Those were always like fun Friday night light games that we played. So, and if you're if you have a family and you know you have kids that are going to be going to high school soon, send me some questions if you have any about the Frisco ISD school system. I mean, I was there from kindergarten to 12th grade, so I think I have a pretty good perspective on that ISD. Not on any of the other ones, because I was just Frisco ISD. I mean, my childhood was kind of cool where I went to a school for that whole period, like kindergarten through 5th grade. I was out of school, middle school at the same school, high school at the same school. I didn't really switch around a lot at all. Up here is Lebanon. That's where Starwood is. Starwood is like pretty famous skating community. And then we just passed another children's hospital. We're coming up on this spot, which is the Star. So this is like Jerry's World over here. I don't know if you can quite see it, but out towards that right side is where the Cowboys practice out of. Like, they don't play, they practice. So, and not only that, but they have like another 4 fields in there. They got a bunch of business centers. There's like a business park up here. The exit up here is called headquarters, and that's due to all the headquarters up here. The Toyota headquarters is up here. They have like a little T-Mobile branch, Liberty Mutual's up here. The list goes on and on. It just seems like the Dallas Morning News is just releasing more things about companies coming out. It's like more Austin that these like big companies are going out towards too, but from California. But there's some people that have been out here for a little bit. Like Toyota's been out here for a couple of years, and that was like one of the major ones to come out here. We'll see that here in a second because we're coming up on headquarters. And then this is the Sam Rayburn Tollway. So you get on this, you go right. You're going to go out to like DFW Airport. That'll take you about 25 minutes from here. They've done a pretty good job expanding everything out towards that way, so a little bit easier and faster. If we go left, you go out towards like McKinney, Anna, Texas. And then we just passed the Dallas Stars headquarters where there's hockey rinks. So the Dallas Stars have done like a pretty good job. When I was a kid, there was only a couple rinks, but nowadays, if you believe it or not, I actually the first place I grew up playing hockey, but the first place I played out of was the mall. So the Stonebriar Mall had an ice rink in it, and it is now an H&M. So it's always fun going by there and like going in the men's section and looking around and be like, yep, this is where I used to go bar down, you know? If you don't know what bar down means, then you're not a hockey person. I don't, figure it out. All right, so now we're entering into Plano. This is Legacy. Go check out my Legacy West video, my shots of Legacy. That'll give you a good idea of what this little section looks like. If you can see on this left side, this is traffic now. So we're at 240, and you can already see the line of people coming in from Dallas up to McKinney, exiting on Sam Rayburn, going north out towards that way. So we're passing under Legacy Drive, and now we're driving through Plano. So it used to be 3 lanes around here. They expanded it out to 4. There used to be bad traffic around here. I went to UTD, and I was out in Richardson, and we'll pass George Bush, which is the exit I would take. But I would have to leave at 7 a.m. to make it to class by 8:55 because of how bad the traffic was. And this was around 2019, 2018. And they were expanding all this, and it finally got done after I was done commuting down to Richardson, thank God. But yeah, so it's kind of nice now. Whenever I want to go down to downtown Dallas or go catch like a Stars game or just go have fun down there, down in Deep Elm. Let me know. Let me know, guys, if you want to go see, like, I'll drive around Deep Elm. There's not really neighborhoods. It's more like apartments and studios and condos. And there's some townhouses down there, fairly expensive. But if y'all want to see what Deep Elm looks like in like some of downtown Dallas, I'm thinking about starting another channel where it's just like me just for 40 minutes GoPro, not talking, just going around. I don't know, driving around places like downtown Dallas at night or whatnot. I don't want to really put that on my channel like this because I want this channel to be more like educational, informative with stuff. But I don't know, I find myself watching those videos where it's just like driving around San Francisco and it's like a 2-hour long video, and it's just like on the dash cam. I don't know, maybe you guys don't watch those videos. I find myself just putting those on and then like putting some work on because they have like music in the background. Anyways, we're coming up on George Bush. We're still in Plano. This right side is where Texas Health Presbyterian is, a really well-known hospital for like orthopedics and stuff. So we've passed like about 5 hospitals since we started. We're coming up on this toll now. This is $1.11, so we've spent almost around $4 now. Just heading down to downtown. So you gotta think about that, guys. You know, if you're commuting, it will start counting up, especially if you don't have a toll tag. So, and then the toll tag's cool because you can also work it in with like if you go out to like the lake. You can be a member through the toll tag and that kind of stuff. So. Lake Louisville, which is like the safe harbor pier. So here's President George Bush Turnpike. If we go right, that's out to like Irving, Texas Ranger game, Dallas Cowboys game. They're all out there. Hurricane Harbor, Six Flags, all those fun things. I didn't really realize this, but the whole time my right window has been down. I was like, why is there so much wind noise? I mean, I know my car's like kind of loud inside. Okay, and then if you go left, it's out towards Richardson, out towards like Wiley, Murphy, and the lakes out there. So, and that's about like 30 minutes those ways. So you're into 12 minutes, so about 40 minutes to get out to like a Dallas Cowboys game if you live kind of out toward the Prosper, like where we kind of started this video at. So we're going under George Bush now, kind of entering into like Carrollton, Addison area. The Addison airport is right around here, so maybe you have a private jet, maybe you're learning how to fly, maybe you want to learn how to fly. That'll be the airport you do that out of. Sam Rayburn, where you take the exit towards like the DFW, the international airport. And now we just got onto like Black Tar. So this is like where the older Tollway used to be before they expanded out to Frisco even. So they had it out towards George Bush, right where we crossed over, and then later on in like 2008, 2010, they kept on expanding out towards Frisco area, and then now 2022, 2021, they'll be building out towards Prosper. Yeah, this is the Addison area, and this is like coming up, this area is where you're going to be in most of your traffic due to all the winding roads. So you'll notice that it was a little bit more straight when we first started, and that's because there's no buildings where they are, right? Like where they're building now, it's all country farm, and it has that look to it. When they were building in here, there was already houses and already things built up, so they had to build around. So when we start getting into the city, there's going to be like more curved areas, more areas where it's not straight, because they had to kind of build around these areas that were already built up. This is kind of the older part of like Addison. Plano's a little bit out to our east on this side, the older part of Plano and Richardson. So yeah, these and then the Mary Kay headquarters was up here, and that stuff. I don't really think it's there anymore. I think it's just the building. I mean, there might still be people, but I don't know. Some of these buildings just seem so empty because all you see now is just like lease. Like there's a lease right now. I literally said it, and there was a lease sign for one of the suites inside a building. That is hilarious. But that's what I'm saying. Like you see that everywhere now. So a lot of these buildings are turning their floors into like where you can like host events, because I brought it up in my previous video, but I own a photo booth company on the side, and I've been finding myself running events at some of these places where businesses used to be, and just like on a random floor within a business tower, just because of what happened with the pandemic. So but it's kind of, I guess it's kind of slowly coming back around here. I mean, this is Texas, so we were still kind of open, but there was that period of time where, you know, some people couldn't make it through it and everything. But yeah. And then, okay, so this is kind of the sketchy part of the tollway. This is where most of the accidents are going to be. If you notice, they're having to rebuild the wall on this side. They're always having to rebuild the walls. This part through here, is where I have seen most of the accidents. Like most of the time when I'm going out somewhere down to downtown or wherever, this is the spot where there's going to be traffic in. So here we go. Let's see what we find. I don't know. Maybe I know this too well. I can't look at Waze right now because this is perfect, guys. All right, so our 30-minute video might turn into a 40-minute video. I don't know. So we'll see. Hopefully my GoPro is still pointing the right direction. Perfect. We still got it. Awesome. So this will give you a good idea over what the traffic is going to be. It is 2:50 now. So I'm going to guess that this is an accident because typically people don't really travel back downtown till about 4 o'clock. You start seeing traffic around here. So during the pandemic, it was great. It was a little eerie at times because there wasn't any traffic and I was so used to. Back in the day, in 2017, I used to run a wrap shop. I've kind of done a whole bunch of things, so I'm not at this point where I'm doing real estate. So if you guys want me to do a Q&A, I know I said that in a couple of videos ago, but no one commented. Maybe no one saw it. It was at the end of the video. But if you want me to do a Q&A, ask me some questions. I've done ran a couple other businesses. But one of the businesses was a car wrap shop. Still around today. It's called Gift Dip Services. You check it out. My boy Brett is still working that, which is awesome. He helps me out with my cars and that stuff. But I used to travel down this way and it would always be a pain in the butt because there would always be traffic right here. And we're coming up on 635, which 635, just like stay away. I don't know. I don't know how else to describe that road. It is a very obnoxious, very crazy road. It's like 5 to 6 lanes at times. There's like a speedway that goes under it where everyone races under. So personally, I like staying off 635. I'm so glad I don't have to get on 635 to commute. If you have to do that, good luck. If you live down in this area, if you're thinking about this area, the Carrollton side off 635, and then once we start getting into Dallas, I don't know, it's a little sketchy on 635. That's all I'm gonna say. But they do have a freeway underneath where you can travel like 85 miles an hour, which in Texas driver language is like 95. So I don't know. Doesn't look like there's an accident here. Maybe not. But I'm telling you, it's just this curve. It's just the way they had to build it around all these buildings and everything. So there's always a little bit of traffic here. This kind of sucks that we ran into some time. I wanted to go earlier today and shoot this video, but of course a rainstorm came in for an hour and then was done. And then I was like, well, I gotta wait for the roads to get dry because then it's just gonna have water spraying up. There's a plane flying in pretty low right here. You'll see on the tollway when you drive, sometimes planes will be flying pretty low. You'll be like, what the heck? It's gonna be flying into like one of these buildings right here. But it's just because the airport sits on the right on the other side of this. So I don't know. I feel like my lane is moving fairly slower than all the other lanes. So hopefully the accident is not, or whatever they're doing. There was some construction up here also. So they had scraped up like some parts of it because it gets, like I said, it gets pretty messed up around here because people bang into these walls. It happens all the time, guys. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Once you start getting to the Dallas part, be careful. Oh, this looks like really bad traffic. Oh, this looks like really bad. All right. I might not even have enough words to talk about and things to talk about in this video and words to have. So there might be moments where we're just sitting in silence. But yeah. Because now we're starting to get into like almost, oh yeah, perfect. So I see a ambulance and a fire truck coming up on the left side. So I'm gonna guess that it's gonna kind of come back around. I don't know if you can see it. It's coming down by that school bus on the left. Maybe you can barely see it over, but I bet you it goes under the bridge and then it gets on and then we're gonna pass by the accident. Hopefully everything's okay. Wow, I don't know. I guess I kind of called that. Did I kind of call that? I don't know. The Mercedes said goodbye and they're getting off, so maybe they're not down with it. Maybe it is bad. Oh, this was a bad idea, guys. This was a bad time to make a video like this. Because now I'm worried that my GoPro is just going to run out of battery. So, hopefully it clears up soon. But once it starts getting up into this part where we pass 635, it gets kind of weird. It doesn't do curves, but it does more hills. So you'll kind of find yourself at times coming up over a hill on the tollway, coming up over a hill and feeling like, hey, like what? I don't really see anything over it. Especially if you drive a lower car. If you drive a truck, nothing to worry about. But if you drive a lower car, I have found myself at times kind of being like, looking over the wheel a bit more because it kind of has these hills where it kind of goes up and down, up and down. But yeah, that's just a fun fact, but you'll see it. Hopefully, maybe. I don't think so. I think we're gonna be here for a while, guys. I mean, we're only 21 minutes in. I don't know. I think the longest GoPro video I shot was around this length, so. Man, everyone is getting off, so maybe they got the memo. I mean, I'd look at Waze right now, but my phone's there. I don't know. Well, there's a tow truck coming behind me, so might already have a car on it, actually. Never mind. It might not. No, it's already got a car on it. Oh, there's the fire truck right up there, so we gotta be close to the accident. I really hope it's not too serious, but yeah, guys, just be careful driving on the tollway. I mean, people do drive crazy. Like it is 70. Well, it's 65 through here, but people still drive 70. People still drive 75, and like people don't use blinkers. So that's another thing you gotta be careful. I don't know. I've been driving here for, see, 2016 I got my, 2014 I got my license. Yeah, I've been driving around here for like 7 years. And I'm just letting you know what I've seen. We're coming up on the Galleria. So Frisco had Stonebriar, Plano had Willow Bend. They're all off the tollway. And then up here is the Galleria, which if you're from Houston watching my video, or if you're thinking about moving up to Dallas and you're living in Houston, then the Galleria is up here. It's just like the Galleria down in Houston. It's like 4 stories high. It's kind of ridiculous. It's got a whole bunch of stores. Willow Bend is kind of not, I mean, it's got some stores, but I don't know. The pandemic got it pretty hard. Like a bunch of stores left after at the Willow Bend Mall. And then they just built this development right here on the right, which is a bunch of apartments. It's called the East Branch. They just built those. But this could be a good location for you if you don't want to be right in Dallas and you still want to travel up to like the Frisco area and kind of be in the middle. That's kind of what Highland Park is. The thing about Highland Park, if you ever heard of the snowpocalypse that we had back in 2020 in February, Highland Park actually was able to keep most of their power. I don't know if it's because of the money around there, or because they live on the hospital grid, or maybe most of the homes around there had like a some type of backup system. a generator to help out their houses. Because the new house, now the houses being built now, I think are going to start putting generators, and more people have been like putting generators in their houses. But there's a good amount of homes in North DFW that are fairly new compared to like Highland Park homes that don't have generators, that were really messed up by the storm. Okay, and now we're now there's no traffic, so I'm gonna guess it cleared up. I'm gonna guess we got the tail end of it, which is good, because I didn't really want to have a accident on my channel. So awesome. But from the fire truck, I don't know, I keep on wanting to call a fire truck a fire hydrant for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, so maybe this was, okay, here we go. Yeah, here's the state troopers. There's a couple of state troopers. So obviously there was an accident right here. Unfortunately, I'm gonna see things are cleared up. So that exit right here that'll take you towards 635. Wow, maybe this is literally the tow truck towing the car. No, this is the other tow truck. Okay, let me get around this semi, because like that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? That ain't it. All right, so here's like the Hilly Parts. I'm glad I can show you this now, because in the traffic you probably couldn't see it, but this is where it kind of gets into those Hilly Parts. You'll see it now on this left side. There'll be some houses, some apartments, but there's kind of like just this really huge fence and embankment that goes all the way down to kind of protect all this stuff, because you know, like I said, there's a bunch of accidents that happen. So there's a bunch of residential living. On this right side, there's not. So I guess they're kind of just like whatever, because it's more just like stores. But on this side, they have like a whole fence going down. It's kind of protected because there are houses and things. On this left side is like where you would go out towards, and we'll pass it and go under it, but like Mockingbird, like SMU campus, North Park, which is like the really big mall out there over in Dallas, that I like going out to, because I don't know, the Galleria is cool. It has a bunch of stores, but it's like a bunch of levels. North Park is kind of like all on one, I mean, it's 2 stories, but it's kind of all on one floor. And then they have like a food court upstairs, but it's kind of like a lot easier to just like walk around and do stuff. All right, we're coming up on Royal Lane. And then if you were to get off here and go right, that'd take you out to like 35, and 35 can take you down to Dallas to take you up to Denton. Then if you went left, it'd take you out to 75, which would take you down to Dallas and take you up to like McKinney, Anna. 75 is kind of another one I just like to stay away from. People are a little crazy on that one too, so. And then about 3 years ago, right in this area is where a huge tornado came in and ripped up all these houses. So if you notice, the trees are a little less, just a little less around here. There's not as many. You see now, they're kind of built out and they're kind of coming over this brush. Back, they had the tornado that came in and just totally wiped out those houses. I would say about 6 months ago, 8 months ago, they finally finished everything around there, and finally got rebuilt. All those houses look like they've been constructed. And then this spot right here, this is where all the state troopers hide. So here's a little gift for you guys, a little freebie fun fact. That section right there, that is where all the state troopers like to hide. And then they like to hide up on here because there's like a little sidewalk area. So right before you get to the exit where you'd go out to like North Park, it's called the Northwest Highway. Coming up on that exit. I can only hope that by the time I get to the end of this video, my GoPro is still alive. All right, the speed limit in here is 65. It kind of gets to 65 around here, and that's because of all these hills that we're kind of going up. But like, I don't know if you noticed, like the cars are just kind of disappearing in the distance. That's because we go under bridges. So right here, go under this part, but yeah. And this is the Northwest Highway right here, and there's some other business parks, a WeWork, a little shopping area. And then that's like one of the most like expensive retirement communities in Dallas. So, and that's not like assisted living. That's just like your retired living type thing. Yeah, you see now both sides have like fenced in areas. That's because there's kind of residential now on both sides. We're kind of entering into Highland Park. Like where kind of those bigger houses are that are kind of closer, slotted together. A lot of people are like redeveloping this area. You'll see like in these neighborhoods, there'll be a house that's super small, super old, still going for a lot of money, but that's only because everything around it has been knocked down and rebuilt up to a bigger house. Now we're coming up to Mockingbird. This would be the SMU campus exit and that kind of thing. Maybe you're trying to catch an SMU game. Maybe you're thinking about going to SMU. Maybe you go to SMU and commute. This will give you. Actually, I'm not going to go. That seems to be kind of busy. I'm just going to stay in this lane. But yeah, that Mockingbird is always a busy exit. Always a busy exit, and that's because Mockingbird is a very small street too. It's just like a small one-way, two-way at times. And it takes you out to like some of the restaurants like Mockingbird Station and that stuff. So I'm just gonna act normal because there's a police. Act normal. Did it. That was a close one. All right, we're going under Bordeaux Avenue, and then we're coming up on like Oaklawn exit. This would be the 35 exit. We are 32 minutes in. We ran into a little bit of traffic, so hey, maybe that actually gives you guys a good idea over if you live in Prosper, and at that point, what it's going to kind of be like on sometimes traveling down to Dallas. And then you can start to see the skyline here soon. Out in the distance, there is like a little bit of overcast, so you can kind of tell the bridge. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but the bridge is out there. Okay, so we just hit another toll, $1.74. And there we go. All right, so we spent about $7 now, $7 to $8, depending on if you have a toll tag. But just right now, as it currently stands, it's about $10 to travel down all the way up from there. So think about it, $10 down, $10 back, $20 a day. All right. You go down there 5 days a week. Boom, you're already spending $100 in toll. I mean, I don't even want to break down the months, but you can see where I'm going with it, so it can add up. So where you pick to live and where you commute from, do keep that in mind, guys, because the prices are only going up. And then on this right side is the 35 exit, which it's always going to look like this, no matter really what time of day. They're doing a bunch of construction, but now we're entering into Harry Hines Boulevard. And then this is where I'm going to wrap up the video for today. But if you're catching like a Stars game, this is where you would go. You enter right down into here. Maybe you work at the Rolex headquarters down here, or they got the Wells Fargo building. They got the Bank of America building. They got a whole bunch of businesses down here. This is where my dad used to, he works from home now because of everything that's going on with the pandemic, but he'd drive right down in here. And then now we are off the Tollway. We are officially in downtown Dallas. Let me know if you guys want to see a downtown Dallas video, me talking about it, driving around Deep Elm, maybe Oaklawn if you're thinking about those areas for like a condo or an apartment. Appreciate you guys watching the videos. Take it easy. I got a listing coming up. I got another listing that I'm doing for my broker, doing some videos for her to get out there and push for marketing too. So yeah, be on the lookout for those on my channel. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. I will catch you on the next one. Peace. Thanks for checking out my channel and watching that video. I got more videos floating around here. If you're in the market to buy or sell real estate in the DFW area, contact me, Daniel, at the Home Expert Team. I will be happy to answer any of your questions. Besides that, bye.